Hi everyone. If you are struggling to improve your personality but not find a way to improve, then this speech is for you. Nowadays, still a lot of people not understands how to improve your personality. People who don't know are struggling to get success in their life. Today, we will learn how we can improve personality day by day. My name is Muniba Mazari and I am motivational speaker. If you are new at my channel, subscribe and start a new journey with me. There is one thing that can change your entire life, your personality. It's not just about how you look, how you speak, or how you present yourself. It's about who you are when no one is watching. It's about how you carry yourself in tough times, how you treat others, and most importantly, how you treat yourself. Personality is not something you are born with. It is something you build, shape, and refine every single day. But here's the truth. Most people never work on improving their personality. They believe that they are stuck with who they are. They say, "This is just the way I am," as if it's impossible to change. But let me tell you, you are not a tree. You're not meant to stay in one place with the same mindset, the same habits, and the same weaknesses. You are a human being full of potential, full of opportunities to grow and evolve. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself, but not really seeing who you are. You see a face, but do you understand the person behind it? Most people go through life without ever truly knowing themselves. They follow routines, listen to what others say about them, and accept a version of themselves that society has created. But the truth is, you can never improve your personality unless you first understand yourself. The first step to real change, to real growth, is self-awareness. Ask yourself, who am I? Not what the world calls you, not the name on your identity card, not the roles you play in life. Who are you when no one is watching? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What makes you happy? What triggers your anger? What are your fears? Most people don't know the answers to these questions because they never take the time to sit with themselves and reflect. But without self-awareness, you cannot control your actions, your reactions, or your destiny. Think about a person who loses their temper quickly. They might say, "This is just who I am." But is it really? Or is it just a habit they never questioned? Imagine if they took a moment to analyze their behavior. They might realize that their anger is not truly who they are, but something they learned from their surroundings, their experiences, or their insecurities. Once they understand that, they can work on changing it. That's the power of self-awareness. The same applies to every part of your personality. If you feel shy and hesitant to speak up, ask yourself why. Are you really a shy person, or are you just afraid of being judged? If you lack confidence, is it because you are truly incapable, or because you have been told you're not good enough? When you begin to question yourself, you start finding the real you hidden beneath layers of conditioning and fear. One of the best ways to develop self-awareness is to spend time alone. In today's world, people are always distracted, scrolling through social media, watching endless content, filling every quiet moment with noise. But true self-discovery happens in silence. Take some time every day to disconnect from the world and connect with yourself. Write your thoughts in a journal, sit in a quiet place, or go for a walk alone, or you will start noticing patterns in your thinking and behavior. You will start understanding why you react in certain ways. Another powerful tool for self-awareness is feedback. Ask people you trust to tell you honestly about your strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes we cannot see ourselves clearly, but others can. If someone tells you you are always negative, don't get defensive. Ask yourself, why do they see me this way? Is there truth in their words? Use this feedback as a mirror to reflect on your personality. Mistakes also teach us a lot about ourselves. Instead of running away from them or blaming others, take responsibility. If something goes wrong, ask yourself, what was my role in this? What could I have done better? The more you analyze your actions, the more you grow. Self-awareness is not about criticizing yourself or feeling bad about your flaws. It is about understanding yourself so you can improve. It is about knowing your strengths and using them to your advantage. It is about accepting your weaknesses, not as limitations, but as areas for growth. When you are self-aware, you are in control of your life. No one else defines you. You become the driver of your own journey. Most people live their lives reacting to situations rather than acting with purpose. They wake up, go through their routine, and let the day pass without any real direction. But if you want to improve your personality, you must develop a positive mindset. The way you think shapes the way you live. Your thoughts create your reality. If you fill your mind with negativity, you will attract problems, failures, and disappointments. But if you train your mind to see possibilities, to find solutions, and to focus on the good, you will start seeing a difference in your life. Think about this. Two people can go through the same difficult situation, but one person comes out stronger while the other gives up. What makes the difference? Mindset. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring problems or pretending life is easy. It means choosing to see every situation as an opportunity to grow. It means focusing on what you can control rather than complaining about what you cannot. Imagine you fail at something. A person with a negative mindset will say, "I am not good enough. I can never succeed." They will stop trying. But a person with a positive mindset will say, "This was a lesson. What can I learn from it? How can I improve?" And they will keep going until they achieve success. That is the power of your thoughts. But how do you develop a positive mindset? The first step is to become aware of your thoughts. Most people don't realize how much negativity they carry in their minds. They say things like, "I can't do this. This is impossible. What if I fail?" without even thinking. But every time you think like this, you are making yourself weaker. Start paying attention to the way you speak to yourself. If you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and change the thought. Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "I will figure this out." Instead of, "What if I fail?" say, "What if I succeed?" Another way to develop a positive mindset is to surround yourself with positive influences. If you spend time with people who always complain, who blame others, who see the worst in every situation, you will also start thinking like them. But if you spend time with people who are hopeful, who believe in growth, who encourage you to keep going, you will absorb their energy. Choose your company wisely. The way you start your day also affects your mindset. If you wake up and immediately check the news or social media, filling your mind with negativity, your whole day will feel stressful. But if you start your day with gratitude, with positive affirmations, with reminding yourself of your goals, you will feel more in control. Every morning, take a few minutes to remind yourself of the good things in your life. Say, "Today is a new day. I have the power to make it better. I am strong. I am capable. I will focus on what I can control." Difficult situations will always come. That is life. But you get to decide how you respond. Will you let problems break you? Or will you rise above them? A positive mindset does not mean life will be perfect, but it does mean you will handle life better. You will have more confidence, more peace, and more strength. The way you communicate shapes how people see you. It is not just about the words you use, but also how you express them. A strong personality is built on effective communication, and if you want to improve yourself, you must learn how to communicate with confidence and clarity. Many people struggle with expressing themselves. They either stay silent, afraid of saying the wrong thing, or they talk too much without making an impact. But communication is a skill that can be learned and improved every day. One of the first steps to better communication is being a good listener. Most people think that communication is only about speaking, but listening is just as important. When you listen carefully, you understand people better, and in return, they respect you more. Have you ever spoken to someone who only waits for their turn to talk rather than actually listening? It feels frustrating, right? Don't be that person. Listen with interest. Pay attention to what the other person is saying. When you listen well, your response becomes more meaningful and people value your words more. Another important part of communication is speaking with confidence. Confidence does not mean being loud or dominating a conversation. It means believing in what you say and expressing yourself clearly. People respect those who speak with certainty. If you hesitate, mumble, or use weak words like maybe or I think, you sound unsure. But if you speak with clarity, using strong words like I believe or I am sure, you will leave a stronger impression. Body language also plays a big role in communication. You can say all the right words, but if your body language does not match, people will not take you seriously. Stand straight, maintain eye contact, and use hand gestures naturally. Avoid crossing your arms or looking down while talking, as these signs make you look less confident. A strong personality comes from how you present yourself, and body language is a big part of that. Another way to improve communication is learning the art of silence. Not every situation requires words. Sometimes silence is more powerful. If you react immediately in every conversation, you may say things you regret later. But when you pause and think before responding, your words become wiser. Smart people do not rush to speak. They observe, analyze, and then respond in a way that adds value. Emotional control is also key to effective communication. Many people struggle with their emotions in conversations. They get defensive when criticized, or they react angrily when they disagree. But a strong personality is built on emotional intelligence. Learn to stay calm, even in tough discussions. When someone criticizes you, do not react immediately. Take a breath, understand their point, and then respond. When you speak with calmness, you hold power in every conversation. To improve communication, you must also expand your knowledge. People who read, learn, and stay updated have more interesting things to talk about. When you have knowledge, you can contribute to discussions with confidence. You won't feel left out or silent in important conversations. Read books, watch educational content, and stay curious about the world. The more you know, the better you can communicate. Lastly, practice makes perfect. No one is born a great communicator. The people you admire, the ones who speak well and influence others, have practiced for years. Start small. Speak up in meetings, share your thoughts in discussions, and don't be afraid to express yourself. The more you practice, the better you get. A strong personality is built on strong communication. When you learn to listen, express yourself with confidence, control your emotions, and speak with clarity, people will respect you more. And most importantly, you will respect yourself. Your mindset determines your personality. The way you think about yourself and the world around you shapes your actions, your confidence, and how others perceive you. If you always focus on the negatives, you will find excuses, feel stuck, and never reach your full potential. But if you train your mind to think positively, you will see opportunities, overcome challenges, and continue to grow. Many people allow negativity to control them. They compare themselves with others and feel like they are not good enough. They think about their past mistakes and feel like failures. They listen to people who doubt them and start doubting themselves too. But the truth is, your mind is powerful. Whatever you feed it, it believes. If you keep telling yourself, I can't do this, your mind will accept it as the truth. But if you say, I will find a way, your mind will start looking for solutions. A strong personality begins with a strong mindset. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. One says, this is too hard, I will never succeed. The other says, this is difficult, but I will learn and improve. Who do you think will go further in life? It's always the person who believes in growth. No one is born perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone faces difficulties. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their mindset. To build a strong personality, you must learn to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems. For example, instead of saying, I am not good at this, say, I am learning and I will get better. Instead of thinking, people will judge me, say, I will do my best and that is enough. When you change your thoughts, your actions also change. You become more confident, more motivated, and more focused. Another important part of having a strong mindset is how you handle failure. Many people give up after one failure. They think, maybe this is not for me, and stop trying. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a step towards success. Every successful person has failed many times before achieving their goals. The difference is, they did not let failure stop them. They learned from it, improved, and kept going. Think about a baby learning to walk. When they fall, do they give up and say, maybe walking is not for me? No, they get up and try again because their mind has not yet learned to fear failure.